Have you ever tried to meditate but feel stuck? Like you sat and time just went on. You were just over and over lost in thought. You weren't able just to stay there and feel this beautiful presence. You kind of fell asleep or you get distracted by thoughts of what's happening in your day. Well, that's very normal. It happens to most of us. I'm going to bring you some ideas of this beautiful book, The Attention Revolution by Wallace. And the basic analogy is that your mind is like a wild elephant. It's incredibly powerful. Your mind determines everything in your life, and yet it is out of control, isn't it? The first starting point is to realize how you get lost. How is your mind pulling you in different directions? Well, there are only two directions your mind pulls you. The first one is this kind of hyper excitation. Like you're sitting there, let's say, as a generic point, you're watching your breath, but you could be just literally watching anything and having any kind of meditation. It doesn't matter. You're there, you sit, and you try to do that thing that you're supposed to do. So one side, you're too excited, and your attention is just suddenly you're just thinking in something else. You're too excited. You're like a kid that cannot sit. You just move around. Your mind moves like, it cannot stay there. That's like being too nervous. That's one side. That's one way that you could not lose control of the meditation. And in the other hand, you could just be a little too fluffy, a little too open, a little too. You lose resolution. So you're kind of like when you're trying to pay attention to something really boring, something like that, and suddenly you're just you don't notice, but you are actually losing the object, and you just sometimes, oh yeah, what I was doing, I was meditating. Or you don't have a very clear, vivid sensation, because in your meditation, you should have a very profound presence of whatever you're attending to. Meditation is not just like a chill thing you do there and you sit and it's just like kind of lame. No, it's the opposite. It's the most fascinating moment of your life. It's the moment where everything just is vivid. Everything turns life. Your life becomes more real than ever. So we normally tend to think that these distractions are just normal. But let me suggest you the idea that no, distraction is some sort of illness. It's a dysfunction of your attention. You should be able to focus on something and stay there. So attention deficit disorder, meaning the incapacity to stay with something when you want to stay with it, it should be addressed like it's not okay. You want more out of your life. You're going to be in front of something you work all your life hard to, I don't know, accomplish something. Let's say become this, or having a beautiful house, or living in a beautiful place, or having a beautiful partner, whatever it is. But what happens when you're there and you're not going to be able to enjoy it? Because once you get there, your mind's just going to distract you again. It's going to go again on worrying. It's going to go again on problems. Or on the other hand, when you are really in trouble, when your life is challenging, if your mind cannot focus, how are you going to find the solution of whatever is happening to you? In general, this dissatisfaction in life, it feels like you're pouring water into a bucket that's leaking. You can put all the water, you can try to get all the rain, but the water just falls off. That's how your life feels when you're distracted. You're missing every moment. You're missing the most important moment of your life, which is this moment where you're alive. Why that happens? Because you're constantly moving away from this moment through distraction. Again, you can be too excited and restless and just having too many thoughts to be able to actually pay attention to what's happening. Or you may just feel a little drawn to lose and disengage with this moment. Why is this important? Because one day, if you really practice this, you're going to notice that all the geniuses in the world, the only thing that they had was this capacity to stay with it. And you're a genius some way. You may be an unknown genius on the process, maybe, if you want to think it like that, if you don't believe this. But basically, if you were able to stay with it, whatever is the activity that you're doing, whatever you're contemplating, whatever is the problem you want to solve, if you would be perfectly stay with it, it will open wide in front of you and will let you know what the answer, what the solution is. It doesn't require anything else than that. So a genius is simply not a person, is a genius. We have geniuses who had a lot of problems in life too. So what it is, well, some people are really good at sports, let's say. And when they get into that context, they excel, they're really good. They are able to cut distraction out. They don't worry about if they left this or if someone said that. No, they're really focused, they are there. Meditation is the art of doing that all the time. At first you start just sitting for a few moments, but the point is that you get to be so sensitive to that quality of attention that you can extend it not only in a specific activity, which is fantastic and it is great, but through every moment of your life. When someone is screaming at you, when you have a bad feeling, when things don't go the way you want it to go, when you realize that your life may not be as you want it to be, when you realize that you never really accomplished any dream, or you accomplished all your dreams and they didn't mean anything. In that moment, you want to really be paying attention. And your own psychology, you will understand yourself. Suddenly everything will pop up. So it's not just about being focused on situations. It's actually to understand yourself. And that's the way you will find peace in every day, in every moment. But I understand you already know this. That's why you sit to meditate. You understand. You had these bright, beautiful moments where you could feel this clarity, this peace. And you may say, okay, why I'm stuck now? Why sit to meditate? And I try to meditate longer. Now I can meditate 1 hour. Now I can meditate 2 hours. You know what? That doesn't really matter if when you're sitting, you're not really there. Especially if you feel frustrated. Most likely, for most people, especially if you find that your mind is, you're trying too hard. Your mind is just going to be restless. It's going to be jumping all the time around. So that's the case for most people. It feels like something you're struggling to make. You're kind of forcing the meditation. So what's the solution for that? Well, like this book presents, you just need to become clearer in your understanding about how to balance. So you may sit to meditate, and if you are trying too hard to meditate, maybe you're passionate, maybe you know that's the solution to all your problems, and you understand how beautiful it is. Maybe you had these glimpses, experiences where you were able to feel how amazing your life can be. But sometimes that also becomes a problem. You're trying too hard. And sometimes, ironically, that's what makes you feel stuck in it. So the solution is a clear understanding what this book is proposing. 10 stages. But you could arrange in different ways, but this book is the consequence of a lot of people doing this. And this is what they agree. This is what they realize, okay, this is what happened. So not using this knowledge, I would say, is not the most intelligent thing to do. But still, just to simplify it, because this is not about learning the meditation someone else designed. This is about understanding what's happening when you sit to meditate. And this is so crucial that the moment that you start being able to let go, but at the same time stay clear, put on in every moment of your meditation. And for that, you will go through stages. It's not the same when you sit to meditate that when you're half an hour through. And when you're able to understand this balance, moment by moment, in this case, through these stages are just like signposts, are just practical, technical thresholds that other people find out for you and for me. When you understand these little nuances of your own process, of your own mind, on how this moment is unfolding, you will find that clarity that you're missing. Because you're not missing an experience that you don't have now. You're not missing a future moment whenever things go your way. What you're missing is to feel alive, to be at peace, to know that you are, to know that what you're looking for is something that it has been there all the time. We just disconnect from it by being distracted. If you're serious about truly understanding meditation, not just the surface level mindfulness hype, but the deep, time-tested methods of the sages, I have a free course with real practical guidance waiting for you. And if you struggle to stay consistent with your meditation practice, Join our free community for accountability, live online meditation sessions, and discussion circles that will keep you supported every step of the way. You'll find the link to join in the description or the comments below, so you will never have to do this alone. See you there.